When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bonds which have connected them with one another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitles them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator within certain unalienable rights, and that among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men and women, deriving their just powers from the consent of the government. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundations on such principles, and organizing its powers in such form so as to them seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be charged for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of our United States, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present governments, legislative, executive, judicial, in Washington, the big corporations in New York, and Los Angeles, and San Francisco, plus the entertainment industry, is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of absolute tyranny. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. Number one, political correctness. Political correctness is simply expressing an opinion by a group of people in order to be with the crowd. And if you're not politically correct, you are banned or canceled. If you have a different opinion, you're not allowed to express it, because it's called a hate speech, even if it's a neutral. You're not allowed to say that there are two sexes. You have to use pronouns. You also have to be in agreement with experts who haven't even studied. And those that studied have used their expertise to abuse their power. Instead of allowing people to choose what they want, government, big corporations, and the entertainment industry chooses for you. You're only allowed to hear what they want you to hear, to say what they want you to say, and do what they want you to do. And live where you want to live. And all in the name of another tyranny called the American dollar. You are not allowed to express an opinion of any type lest you lose your job. I'm not saying that you should be racist or anything. No, I'm not saying that. Racism is bad. But even calling out racism makes you a racist. You're not allowed to go to church because of COVID or other germs. Yet, the establishment allows bars, prostitution rings to go unabated. Small businesses are closed, but big businesses are open. When you don't have a disease, you have a war against terror, a war against drugs, an excess increase of prices of consumer goods such as gasoline, electricity, water, clothes, food, to the point that it's no longer affordable. You can no longer afford to have a normal life. And they call this the new normal. In addition to bowing down to the imperialistic forces of Washington, New York, and Los Angeles, you also have to bow down to the imperialistic forces of London and a new world order of international organizations that run your every minute of life. Do you want this? Or do you want to do Declaration of Independence? This is Roberto Alvarez Gayoso, and happy 4th of July. And may God bless you, now and always.